So tell us a little bit about your experience as a tarot card reader. Now, tarot cards have been around for many, many centuries.
I would say they've been around for maybe 7,000 years. They predate most of the world religions, in fact. No one knows where tarot cards started. It could be ancient Italy, which is what I hope, but it could be ancient Egypt. Nobody knows. But yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful system of divination used to foretell the future. Okay. So I've been reading tarot cards for a long time, and I'm also a professional psychic reader.
So it's almost like having a person get in touch with or contact with their higher self. You're not really predicting, you're allowing them the ability to get in contact with their insides and what they focus on, what they should do in the future.
Exactly. A good reading would help inform somebody of the future and also give them a sense of the present and what the best action may be to take in their future as well. Definitely.
And how would you go about doing that? I mean, how are the cards used during a typical reading?
Well, the cards are used during a typical reading to lay out your past, your present, and your future, and give you a sense of what action that you need to take in your present in order to have the best possible future. The cards reveal to you what your probable future is based on the action you're taking in the present.
So do you receive feedback from the individuals while you're reading the cards, or are you telling them what they've done in the past, what they're doing in the present, and what they're going to do in the future? Are you receiving that feedback and you utilizing that in association with the cards?
I get feedback sometimes through clairaudience or clairvoyance, clairvoyance that I incorporate into the reading. Sometimes images or words might pop into my mind and I incorporate that into the reading. And then sometimes we figure out how accurate the reading is, sometimes within a couple days, a couple hours, or even a couple months. I had one woman, I did a reading for her at Bazaar AC, and I told her she was going to be going through a lot of transitions and changes in her career. That was on a Saturday. On Monday, she was promoted to a new position at her job. So sometimes the turnaround in my predictions can be very quick, and sometimes they could take a couple of months. I had one woman got in touch with me. I had done a very important reading with her a while back. She said it took about 4 months for everything I said to come to full fruition, yeah. So.
Welcome back to the Peter Rossi Noto Show.
Welcome back to the Peter Rossi Noto Show.
I'm Genoveva Rossi. Thanks for having me.
Now, I believe this is going to be the moment, because I know Jennifer was giving me the little wink before, that we're going to start to hear screams. So what I am going to do, I'm going to hand the mic over, and if you want to maybe give us what type of scream they're about to do, and then go ahead and then continue.
Maybe we can give her a little bit of a scenario. We'll flip-flop back and forth.
Absolutely.
Give her a scenario and allow her to do her thing in the way she does best.
Sounds good to me, Jennifer.
Okay.
So what kind of scenarios do we have in mind? There's so many ways to scream in so many different scenarios in horror films.
You're a professional at it. So you're driving down the road. It's a dark road. Night. Nothing around but you and your car, and you come up to a dead person in the road. What you gonna do?
All right.
Hold on, wait, let her.
Okay, the scenario is you're bringing a TV show. Outside the Penn Station, the Peter Rossi Noto Show.
Okay, this is a stretch, but all right.
Peter Rossi Noto has been on your left side. We're going to bite her left shoulder. That came to my
But not in a kinky way.
This is a nice show.
Oh.
This is a good show. So what's the scream that goes
Fangs
on?
appear in Peter Rossi Noto's mouth, and all of a sudden he's coming in for the attack.
Right, think of direction. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Well, because Dracula's a little sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ghosty, right?
Yeah. Look Rossi was a sexy, sexy guy, you know? Everybody that's played Dracula's been sexy. Christopher Lee, you know?
Absolutely, sure.
Absolutely
sure.
sexy
In
guy.
fact, that could be subconscious sexuality for maybe more of the women folk. Of course, I'm sure there's some boys out there that love it too. But sure, Lugosi was riding the wave back in these days.
Well, there's nothing sexier than a vampire.
Truth comes out.
Yeah, is there?
Now we get a little bit more in depth about Miss Genoveva Rossi.
Getting my taste in men.
How are you? Now, does it have to be a male or a female?
Well, that's a good point. One of my favorite actresses, Ingrid Pitt, played a vampire in Carmela, the Blood Countess, as well. And, you know, she did some pretty sexy things. I think, in fact, in Carmela, she drank the blood from women's breasts rather than the neck. So vampires can be very sexy,
Okay.
male or female.
I have a scenario here.
Let's hear it.
Okay. So, you and a couple friends of yours decide to visit a vacant house up on top of a hill. It's a stormy night. Walking through the house. Nobody's there. It's been vacant for many years. It's condemned. All of a sudden, from behind, you hear a chainsaw rushing after you, getting closer to you, and right on your back. Wow. The most talented Genoveva Rossi. Let's give it up, folks.
That was pretty good.
Well, there truly is a scream for all occasions.
What we gonna say? Okay. You're in a cemetery, and you're going to visit a tombstone of a past loved one, a previous loved one. And you get there, you may be saying some prayers, and all of a sudden, from behind, you see a werewolf coming your way. What you gonna do?
Let's go back to Bela Lugosi.
Werewolves aren't quite as sexy. They're a little more rough.
Sure.
Yeah.
A little rough around the edges. Absolutely.
Yeah, because they're going to hit us up to pay money to them.
Genoveva, all I can say at this point, it's been an absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure. So, as we wind down here, or wind up, I think we're winding down, if you want to give us an idea of just where you're going to be a little bit in the future, and maybe a little bit about the beautiful outfit that you're wearing, and sign off with that.
Okay, well, my name is Genoveva Rossi, Genoveva Rossi, Rossi. Find me on Facebook, Genoveva Rossi 810. Find me on Twitter, Genoveva Rossi 1. Look for me in Apocalypse Kiss with Michael Berryman, DC Douglas, and Tom Atkins. Look for me in A Dark Place Inside. Look for me in Sanctum Deep. Look for me in the Inferior web series that's now on television in Italy and also on Vimeo on demand. Look for me in I Spill Your Guts, a great horror film. Look for me in Hunters by Adam Anbrand with Linnea Quigley. Look for me in about 50 other movies. Look for me online. Check out my interviews. Check out what I'm about. Also, I'm making some public appearances. I recently did this RAC and Chiller Theater Horror Convention, and I have coming up in August 23rd, Connecticut Horror Fest. I'm going to be an official guest. And then I'm coming up at Long Island Blood and Babes Horror Convention in September 12th through 14th. Look for me there too.
So I guess we can say there's really not something she's not going to be in as far as horror is concerned. Is that right?
I try to be in as many movies as I can, so look for me everywhere. I love horror. I love being a screen queen, and I love the genre.
Now, well, Jennifer, from what I hear, she's also going to be seen on the Peter Ross and Noto show. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea.
I think so too.
We look forward to having you back on the show.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wonderful.